guys, welcome back to another video. It's Raya and Mila. Yeah, she's probably not gonna sit still. You're clapping? Clap, 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 clap. Yeah. Okay, well, as you guys can see by the title of this video, I finally was able to stop breastfeeding. Mila is no longer all up on me. Is no longer. Can you? Okay, let me get into this. But yeah, I'm no longer. Can you? But anyway. Stop. If I get interrupted one more time. Okay, let me try to freaking do this now. Can you look right there? Okay, but anyways, so if you watch my videos like before, you know that like I've been struggling to get her off of breastfeeding or even drink a bottle, because she would not drink a bottle. Like, she just started to refuse the bottle when she was around like 6 months, I think. Her first year I wanted her to just be breastfed. So I didn't give her formula, and when I would give her a bottle, I would pump and, you know, give her so when I would give her a bottle, it would be pumped breast milk, which I really didn't pump that often because I would pump for so long and then I would barely get any milk. It was just so annoying. And like, I only really gave her a bottle when I went somewhere. And in the beginning, I didn't really go places that often. It was like more like every once in a while type of thing. I wasn't giving her the bottle that often. So when she was about 6 months, I tried to give her the bottle one day and she would not, like, she refused it. And I'm like, maybe like it's just, you know, the temperature of it, because, you know, it was frozen and, you know, I had defrosted it, but I was like, maybe she doesn't like the temperature of it or something like that. So I had tried again like a week later, and she would not take it, and that's when breastfeeding really became a nightmare. It really became a nightmare for me. And another thing that she would do was she would still wake up in the middle of the night, like every 2 hours. Like, sometimes she wouldn't wake up that often, but then other nights she would be waking up every 2 hours, like. And, you know, I got used to it eventually. So, you know, once she wouldn't drink a bottle and I wanted to go places, I was just like, I'm just gonna stop breastfeeding. Like, I'm just gonna try to stop breastfeeding, like, in general, and just start giving her formula. I looked up all these videos, like all these things to do, and I'm just gonna share with you guys, you know, the things that I looked up and like tried and everything, and maybe even the things that didn't work for me, they may work for you. So I tried a lot of different things. I tried different formulas, different nipples, you know, different bottles, and, you know, nothing would work for me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, nothing is working. I'm like, I'm gonna be breastfeeding forever. Like, what can I do? I tried to just stop, you know, cold turkey at one point. I tried to stop cold turkey. That did not work. She would just be screaming and crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what else can I do? Like, I'm trying everything that I can, you know. I started to give up, like, after a while. Like, I just gave up on that whole thing. One of her doctor's appointments she went to, I'm thinking she was 6 months, the doctor had told me to try giving her a sippy cup instead of the bottle. So I tried the sippy cup with like water or, you know, a little bit of juice in it, and she liked it. She liked the ones with the straw the most, so definitely tried the sippy cups or the ones with the straw. But she still would not drink formula or breast milk, anything out of it. A couple months ago, she started to go to daycare. So with that, she obviously has to eat something. So what I would do, I would just give her food for school. I would feed her before, and I would only leave her at daycare for 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours, which I feel like that helped, because her, you know, being away from me for that long and not drinking breast milk, you know, helped her like to go longer without it. So something I tried when she was at school, which kind of worked, was put formula and mix it with juice. I tried that, and she would sip it, but she still wouldn't drink enough to get full or anything. She would just take a little sip and then be done, which is, you know, is progress, because before she would just refuse it, shake her head, like not even try that. So that's what I did for a little bit, and then I tried something else. I tried to put formula with a little bit of like chocolate milk powder, you know, like the Nestle, whatever, chocolate milk powder. And again, she would drink it more than she drank the one with the juice, but still not that much. I want to say about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I decided that I'm just really gonna like try my best to just stop. And Mila, she's 1 now, but at that time she was, you know, about to turn 1. So I started to just use almond milk, a little bit of the chocolate milk, and the formula. She would take like 5 sips of that. She would drink enough to where I think she would probably get full. So one day when she came home from school, I just decided that, you know, like, I'm just gonna try to not feed her as long as I can. So what I did was I tried to entertain her like as much as possible. For the whole day, I would give her snacks and her food, and I also took her swimming. I think that day I took her swimming, and she ended up going like 7 or 8 hours, and I was like, you know, like super surprised. I'm like, wow, like she actually went that long. And she would cry here and there, like she would hug up on me, like trying to, you know, let me know that she was hungry, like she wanted milk, but she wanted my breast milk, but I would just not give in. I'm like, just don't give in. Like, I just really had to stay strong, because sometimes when they're crying so much, it's like you just want to give up, because you just want to shut them up, you know. I didn't give that whole day until around like 7, I would say. But yeah, I didn't want to completely cut her off the first day. Like, I was trying to more wean her instead of just cutting her off cold turkey. So I decided to just feed her at night, and it was before she was going to sleep, but it was like when it started to get, you know, dark. So that was what I did the first day. Then the second day, when she was at school, I didn't feed her the whole day until she actually fell asleep, until she was like starting to fall asleep. I ended up just giving her almond milk with I think like some strawberry milk inside of it, and she you know, she started drinking it, and I was just like super surprised. So then, yeah, so the third day I didn't feed her at all, like at all during the day. And then in the middle of the night, when she woke up, I did end up feeding her once. And then the next day after that, so the 4th day, by the 4th day she was fine, like without anything at all besides, you know, her food and, you know, her snacks. And I would just give her almond milk out of a sippy cup. And yeah, and then it was just like so surprising, because she actually drank the whole thing, and I was like, I cannot believe that she's actually drinking the whole bottle. After all this time, she finally, you know, came through for me. I started just trying to stop. It actually hurt a lot. Your breasts, after you stop, your breasts just get like super filled up, and you know, you're not feeding them, so it's just like super full. I would get like these rocks like things inside of my boobs. Like I could feel it and I could see it. Like my boobs just look lumpy everywhere. And I ended up getting something called mastitis, which I've gotten before, which is like clogged milk ducts, and it makes you really feel like you have the flu. Like like my head was hurting, I got the chills, like I felt hot inside. It was terrible. Like that was really the only downfall. But after giving up so many times, like I swear, like I thought I was never gonna stop. And now that I stopped, like I feel so much better. Like I just feel so relieved, and now my boobs are really becoming mom boobs. Like I'm like, dang, like they're just hollow. They're kind of hollow and everything, but I feel just like normal. I feel back to myself. I feel like I could do what I want, you know. If I wanted to go out longer than 2 hours, you know, I finally can now. So yeah, I'm super happy about that. And I just want to say, like, if you're out there like watching this video and you're like thinking about giving up because your baby won't stop breastfeeding, just know that like you just gotta stay strong. And it would have been better, like I would have kept breastfeeding honestly if she would drink a bottle as well, but like I feel like since she wouldn't drink a bottle at all, like it made things harder. So yeah, if you're a mom out there and you're trying to wean your baby off and it's not working and you feel like desperate, hearing my, you know, story about how things were and how she wouldn't even drink a bottle at all. Like she didn't like the bottles at all, or she wouldn't drink formula or breast milk out of a cup. I'm finally here. You know that you could do it too, because it's definitely hard. It really is hard to try to wean them off. It's definitely hard to wean them off, but you could do it. I did it. So many moms out there do it. You will see the day where you're not breastfeeding anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is like my 4th time trying to make this video because things kept not going right the last few times I tried to make this. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.